Yes, some big breaking news coming in the pipeline for more than a couple of years now. India is now closer to acquiring 30 Predator drones from the United States as a high-level meeting is currently going on. It's going to be held today in the Defense Ministry to discuss acquisition worth at least 21,000 crores. This is, of course, a big step towards strengthening military ties with the United States. The Indian Defense Ministry now all set to acquire 30 Predator drones from the United States as a high-level meeting that's going to be held today with the Defense Ministry to discuss acquisition worth 21,000 crores. Let me quickly cut across to Shiv Crore, joining us for more on that. Shiv, 30 Predator drones that India is mulling over acquiring from the United States, further strengthening military ties between US and India. Take us through how soon will that come to fruition?
Nabila, this is an enormous deal, the value of which, as you said, is in excess of 22,000 crore rupees, making it one of the largest deals. It's also taken many, many years for it to actually reach the point where it is now about to be cleared by the Ministry of Defense. Basically, what this deal involves is 30 Sea Guardian, armed Sea Guardian drones, which are a variant of the, of the legendary Predator armed drone that the Indian Armed Forces will receive over the next few years. It's basically 10 each for the Army, Navy and the Indian Air Force. Now, these are drones unlike anything that the Indian military has ever operated before. We do have some varieties of rudimentary armed drones, but this sort of drone is something that's way above anything that the Indian military has operated. These are drones that are capable of, flying in excess of 40 hours, thousands of kilometers. They carry laser-guided weapons. They carry anti-ship missiles. They can carry anti-tank weaponry as well. They're obviously unmanned, so they're operated from very far away, by ground operators. And they offer a kind of game-changing combat capability that the Indian military has never really had before. Now, remember, both the situation with China, the situation with Pakistan post the Balakot airstrikes, has all of these have meant that the Indian military has, expressed an even greater urgency in acquiring this particular capability. India has been trying to build, instruments of this kind for many years, but the advancement that the United States has achieved, first with the Predator drone series and then with advanced variants like the Sea Guardian and Sky Guardian that the Indian military will now be acquiring, there's a huge distance between the two. I'd also like to tell our viewers that an unarmed version of this drone is already in operation by the Indian Navy in Tamil Nadu and has been over the last 1 year. So the Indian military has been familiarizing itself with the huge capabilities of these drones. And so therefore, when the deal is finally signed over the next few days or weeks, it'll be a momentous milestone for Indian defense. A huge deal and very capable armed drones for the first time for India.
Well, I'd like you to list out the powers of these Predator drones, Shiv. First of all, the reason to why it's called Predator drones. It's been in talks between India and the United States for 2 years now. Finally, we see the deal almost coming to fruition. A meeting to be held today, we believe, to give final clearance. Take us through.
That's right. When we call them drones, it's kind of tempting to imagine that they're these small little aircraft. But as you can see in these pictures, these are actually full-sized unmanned aircraft, Nabila. They're the size of fighters. The wingspan of one of these is, as wide as a cricket pitch. They are full-sized aircraft. The only difference is they don't have a cockpit for a human to sit in. They're filled with all kinds of electronic, satellite communication systems, sensors, radars, targeting systems, and the most advanced kinds of combat computers. So these are flying destroyers in the air in many ways. The very fact that they can be deployed without having to put a human or a pilot in harm's way makes them game changers. It's one of the reasons why these are the go-to instruments that the CIA, the American CIA, has used, not always very successfully, to attack targets all across the world, whether it is Syria, whether whether it is Iraq, of course in Afghanistan, certainly in the AFPAC region as well. All of these places have seen, drone strikes using Predator drones. So the Sea Guardians are much more advanced versions of the similar kind of Predator drone that are capable of, long-range surveillance as well. Remember that these drones are not just about attacking targets. They also carry highly advanced surveillance and sensor equipment that make them highly valuable for India, because we've got large swaths of land and ocean territory, to look over, and being capable of flying in excess of, 2 days. These drones can basically autonomously survey large swaths of ocean, be able to, track targets, report back on suspicious movements of ships or anything like that, and can keep an eye on, very large volumes of territory at very little effort, and very little risk for a human. So these are in many ways game changer. I understand how the word game changer is used a lot in the defense space, but these in many ways, compared to what the Indian military uses now, is a huge leap forward. It's a force multiplier, it's a game changer. You can use all of those words, but they definitely apply in this case.
Shiv, thank you very much. All eyes on the meeting with the Defence Ministry now to give out final clearances.